So the lesson for the US is don't be against renewable energy, but don't inhibit fossil fuels either. Let technology innovate.
Definitely be against. I would say that no, it's bad to subsidize and prefer solar and wind. So you don't want to be against it. You want to be against preferring it. But the most so basically what happens is when I talk about this a lot in chapter 6 in the book, when you prefer solar and wind electricity, but you are still committed to reliability, what you basically do is you pay for two grids. You pay for an unreliable grid and a reliable grid. And this turns out to be quite expensive. And because it turns out to be quite expensive, because it's obviously cheaper just to pay for the reliable grid and not have the unreliable grid, but at least you have reliability if you pay for both. But what happens is people like to play what I call reliability chicken, which is that they want to cut down their ability to produce reliable electricity in part to save costs. This is what we've done in California. This is what has happened in Texas. And then you're basically relegated to the people 3,000 years ago who were praying to the weather gods. You're hoping it doesn't get too hot or too cold, and you're hoping the sun shines enough and the wind blows enough. And this doesn't work. But that's the real thing, is that you restrict your fossil fuel capacity. That makes it much worse, because then you have blackouts. And as much as solar and wind add through infrastructure duplication costs to the cost of electricity, much, much worse is an unreliable grid. Like, an unreliable grid is a catastrophic cost, which is why rich people are buying generators in record numbers. They're willing to pay huge amounts for generators and huge backup batteries because reliability is so crucial. But for the average person, they can't afford this. And so they suffer just unreliable and costly electricity.